Yes, you can lock it. It's good.
Yes.
Okay, Satnam, everybody. Welcome. If you're new to Kundalini Yoga, I always say ask questions after because it's just an experience that you have to experience to understand it. There's lots of technicalities. There's lots of things, especially on the mainstream media, about what Kundalini Yoga is or what a Kundalini awakening is. So just kind of let all that kind of stuff just drift off and just be here now in the practice and enjoy it. There's lots of people that are here that have been here previously, so welcome back and thank you for joining. And those of you that I just met tonight, thank you guys so much for being here. And we have virtual, that's what this whole thing is right here. There's a big light. So thank you guys, and those of you watching the recording. I originally created this class today because, I went here in Florida or whatever, but, in Jersey, it is always like, it gets windy, it gets cold, it gets gray, and then things start closing, and then you start to feel like you're isolating, and you start getting aches and joint pain, and you feel like you're isolated, and it's kind of like this like stormy energy of like, oh, I'm depressed or something, and then it's like this constant cycle, which it's very good, I think, to feel these things, Also, the economy here slows down because there's no tourists. But even when I'm away, I still feel the change of season. Even if the weather, it's not gray or it's not cold, there's still this like overall feeling of like, ooh, I need to hibernate and like isolate myself. But sometimes, yes, that's the antidote, but sometimes it's also that we need to move our body and remove, maybe blocks of stagnation or pockets of stored emotions that are in our cells or in our bodies. So the Kriya today is called removing your body blocks. And essentially what we're doing is we're going to break up energy that has been kind of stored because it's comfortable to just keep it in there. It could manifest as pain. It could also manifest as reactions to interactions with other people, or it could manifest as sort of like a version of yourself that you're not trying to be, but it's just coming out. So my goal for today is to offer you guys a container that I can hold for you, that we can move the energy that maybe hasn't been moved, or open up parts of the body that we don't normally open up in a normal Raj yoga class or a fitness class or even just walking. So today's practice will be very free-flowy. There's still a Kriya that I follow, as taught by Yogi Bhajan, but the message I got today was that we need to really move our bodies. So there's going to be opportunities to get up and move. So hopefully you're comfortable with that, but we will move the energy in the space so that you can get to that point. And Catherine, who's on my live stream here right now, so you can't hear her because it's muted, but she's a good friend of mine, and we practice a lot together, even though she lives in Costa Rica. She shared with me a practice today on YouTube, and it was so like we were talking about it, like it just doesn't stop getting better. Like you just don't get sick of it, even if you're doing the same thing over and over again. And I did the pranayama, which was this breath series that we're going to do tonight, which we weren't supposed to do, but because I did it today, I was like, oh my God, we have to do this. It's about 7-ish minutes, and it put me in this really beautiful, blissful space. So I want to share that with you. And then we'll relax after we go through our movement series, and we'll bask in the beautiful sound frequencies of the gong. So if you've never heard the gong before, it's very common that you might feel like you're being like shattered or something, but I promise it's for your benefit. If you're new to the practice, the way that I have it set up right now by nature, Shannon was going to demonstrate, but I ended up working out this setup that many people that are in and around you have done it before, and you can always check in with me and I'll give you cues and things like that on what to do. But I don't think there's anything else I have to say other than to just get right into it. So we're going to tune in with the Adi mantra, which is Ong Namo Gurudev Namo. If you're like, what did you just say? There's 3 times you can just listen. If you chanted it before, let's chant together. Otherwise, just base yourself in the sound currencies, in the sound frequencies. You will still receive the benefits of this tune-in. And what we're doing with this tune-in from this point forward is you're kind of setting the tone for your practice, and you connect with the golden chain of Kundalini teachers and masters before us. So it's like a radio. You can think of it like a radio frequency. You can't see them, but they're always playing. And all you have to do is like change the channel, and then you're riding that wave and you can hear the music or whatever is being said. So when we tune in, you're just tuning back in and remembering what you've done many lifetimes ago, 5,000 years ago, and then we tune out. So in that moment after you tune in, just experience. And you guys can actually, yeah, you guys are facing a good direction. I'm just thinking for the here. There might be a moment where you have to face like this way because your legs will go wide, but don't worry about it until it happens. So let's just rub our palms together, sitting up nice and tall. If you're not sitting on a bolster, now would be a great time to do so. If you have low back pain, or if you just want to open up your heart a little bit more, you can roll the shoulders up and back and rub your palms vigorously here. You're neutralizing the left and right hemisphere of your brain and creating this friction. All right. All right, press your left and left palm together, resting the thumb knuckles on the sternum. Inhale for a collective breath. In and out of the nose, exhale. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Inhale to chant. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Just continue breathing here. You can rest your palms face up on the knees. Keep your eyes closed and revert your inner focus to the point between your brows. So you can just look in and up with your eyes shut here. Connecting in with your breath. Find this pace of your breath in and out of your nose here. And just listen and just tune into your breath, right? Your mind is going to wander. It always does. But you're giving yourself this opportunity to just be here for an hour and a half with each other. There's a reason why you're here. And visualize a flame of protection surrounding your body. Continue breathing. Ad Gire Name, Jugad Gire Name, Sat Gire Name, Siddhi Gurudev Name. Ad Gire Name, Jugad Gire Name, Sat Gire Name, Siddhi Gurudev Name. Ad Gire Name, Jugad Gire Name, Sat Gire Name, Siddhi Gurudev Name. Ad such, Jugad such, Hey be such, Nanak ho say be such. Tuning in with your breath, let's just warm up our spine. Roll over onto all fours, coming into a nice tabletop position. So, stacking your hips over knees and shoulders over wrists. We're not forcing anything today. You're going to inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the tailbone under. So create a flow, your own pace, your own breath. You're not arching the back or forcing anything. We just want supple, subtle movements. And we're going to breathe into the space. Soften the jaw. We're just warming up the spine. We're going to be sitting for a while. Kundalini has lots of repetitions and lots of time in between. And it's like, why are we still doing this? But it's so that our ego can dissolve and we can just embrace what it is that we're doing and reap the benefits of that. Maybe picking up the pace, maybe going slower, whatever your body's asking for. Maybe breathing into different parts of the body that seem to be screaming for attention. And throughout this practice, your mind's going to be thinking what you have to do for the day, or maybe frustrations in your life. Maybe it's having a great time. Maybe you're like, you needed this, right? Or you thought you did. The only thing you need to be worrying about is the breath. So just come back to that. Beautiful job. Keep going. Keep breathing. Noticing what's being lit up right now, what's screaming at you. If you have any injuries or you have any, pain in the body, you are able to modify anything that you need to modify in the practice, right? If you need to drink water at any point, you drink water. Just open up your eyes 1/10 the way and come back into your practice. So take one nice deep breath in, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Pull up on the navel. Bandha if it's in your practice. Exhale, round the spine, concave, release. You're coming into your easy pose. One foot will come into your groin here and one foot will go in front. If you need to sit on a bolster, roll your mat up. Now would be a good time. You're going to extend your arms up over your head, blocking them at a nice 60-degree angle. Notice your shoulders. Relax them down, let them stack. And you're going to exhale as you swirl forward and inhale as you go back. And we're just going in a clockwise direction as we begin the Kriya. So we're here for some time, right? If you have shoulder problems, you can bend the elbows and keep the hands here. You can even place your hands down and just do Sufi grinds. It's up to you how you modify. Keep the spine straight. We want our Sushumna, our central channel, to be in alignment with the center of the universe. The chin is slightly tucked, and maybe you have to stagger yourself if you're hitting your neighbor. Again, just coming back to your breath. So in today's practice, I want you to focus on allowing more fluidity in your movements, right? So each breath you take, each exhale, you drop even deeper into your free-flowing movement. If the mind's wandering, you can inhale Sat, exhale Nam. Sat, Nam. Sat, Nam. This is a mental projected mantra that you can use that connects you to the truth, or your true essence of your being. We're over halfway there. And slowly begin to wind your spirals up through center, taking a nice deep breath in, stretching up, 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 up. Exhale, release, but keep the arms up and start to swivel in the opposite direction. Trust that you can rock all your seat bones and not knock yourself over, right? So the Kundalini energy is a spiraling of the Ida and Pingala nadis in our body, solar and lunar energies. And the lure of Kundalini is that it's this dormant creative potential that's coiled like a serpent at the base of your spine. So there's lots of uncoiling that's going to go on. Even if it's just a visualization of this, that might be enough to do it. Satnam. You're almost there. Keep going. Honor your body and do what it's asking of you at all points. We're going to go on a little journey today. So I'm interested to see where this will take you. Start to wind your swivels up through center, and we'll take a nice collective deep breath in, drawing energy up, pulling up on the navel and sex organs. Tuck the chin slightly. When you exhale, your palms will face out and you'll scan your auric field. Feel your totality. Eyes closed, inner focus, third eye center. And just you can kind of relax or shake out your arms if you need to. Move the shoulders a little bit. Not as much time this time, but this time you're going to reach the arms up and you're going to exhale, fold. Inhale up and exhale, fold. If you want to switch whatever leg is in front, you can. Up to you. And try not to crunch your spine or your abdominals. Lead with your navel, the point beneath your belly button. Tuck the chin, keep the spine somewhat straight. And find your flow like that. And you're just bowing to yourself here. You can take a butterfly position. If you want to extend your legs out, you can. It's up to you. But the goal here is an easy pose. When we tune in on Namo Dev Namo, we're tuning into that divine teacher within. At what point do you acknowledge the teachings and the downloads, the sparks of advice that you get from yourself? We're always seeking external advice from our friends, teachers, a book, maybe a plant. So honor all of these teachers, but remind yourself who's absorbing it and who's utilizing it. Smiling through it, unleashing and unlocking that energy as it's moving up the spine. Soften your jaw. In and out of the nose. Inhale, reaching up. Up, 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 up. Mahabandha, it's in your practice. Exhale, scan your auric field. Rock over your ankles, coming into the tabletop once more. And you can just sway your hips from side to side here for a few rounds of breath. Maybe do some barrel rolls. Take about 5 rounds of breath and then we'll come to a standing position. So let's work our way up to our standing position whenever you're ready. So this, we're going to keep our eyes open, and you're going to reach all the way up. Ground your feet into the earth beneath you. You can check 2 fists distance apart, your hips width distance. The outside edge of your feet is parallel with the outside edge of your mat. Find your stance. Don't lock your knees. Keep them supple. Inhale, reaching all the way up and back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, fold. Try to keep the spine straight. Hinge at your hips. Bring your navel in and up. Bring your sacral in and up. Tuck your chin. Stretch, stretch, stretch. We're expanding, and we'll be doing a lot of stretch pose and things like that, because we want to move this energy when we really break it loose before the pranayama. So, if breath of fire is in your practice, you're more than welcome to take breath of fire. If you're on your moon cycle or you're menstruating or your body's asking for more slower breaths, take your time. But if you're asking or needing some more circulation, you can take breath of fire. Scan this landscape in front of you. Great job. Keep moving through this, finding your flow. Inhale, reaching all the way up, 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 up. Exhale, release the arms, scan your auric field. And we're going to step our feet somewhat wide here. You might want to, either way, you're going to want to stagger yourself if you're next to somebody. But you're going to extend your arms out wide. So recalibrating your electromagnetic field here. As you exhale, you'll twist and fold to one side. Inhale up through center. Exhale, twist and fold. Okay? Now, again, we're not crunching. You want to really use the power of your navel or of your core. But when I say that, I don't mean squeeze your spine to your belly button and strain your neck. I mean pull your belly button in enough and feel the power from that navel point, that solar center. We're going to be building up heat and energy from this point forward. So let this be your little wake-up call as you call in some more power and energy into your space. You are eventually going to have to face the gong because there's going to be some other sideways movement. 30 more seconds. From this navel point is a connection to 72,000 nadis, or nerves in the body. They're cleansing your endocrine system, your glandular system. So when we strengthen this, we start to see that ripple effect. Smiling through it. Inhale up through center. Palms face up and just feel this resonance here. You can flip the left palm up and right palm down and notice that. Relax the shoulders. Switching sides, right up, left in. Release the hands. Hands will go on your hips. Find your breath here. You can sway your hips from side to side for just a second. What we're going to do is we're going to crisscross jump. So it might be your best interest to face this way so you don't hit anybody. But it's inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, exhale, exhale. It's 2 minutes like this. So notice your lightness, notice your energy. Keep your eyes open here and pick a spot that's not moving.
And all your job to do is to stare at that spot and breathe. Satnam. And you're here for some time. So with that being said, find a pace that works for you. You might find that, oh shit, I'm burned out. Well, slow it down, right? Find a rhythm that works. The computer is shaking. You're either shaking the space. Okay. Shake it and bake it. Great job. You're like, this is not what I thought yoga was.
Like I'm out of step dancing.
Nothing's permanent, ever. You're halfway there.
Not now. I think not now.
Smiling through it. I don't make the rules, I just follow them. I really don't follow them, but I try to. There are 8 more seconds, you got this. It only gets better from here. You don't even know what's coming next. You want to move energy that is being hidden from the outside world, or parts of yourself you're hiding from the world, like your radiance. Extend the arms overhead and incorporate them into the crisscrosses. Yeah. This was the part that was next that I was talking about. Keep the breath in and out of the nose. Take your time. You can take a break, you can slow down, or you can keep going. No one's forcing you to do anything. Great job. Keep going. Stop. No. Stop. Stop. Feel your radiance from your fingertips. Keep going. You're like, what the hell did I sign up for? I said vigorous movement. 20 more seconds, the final stretch. Rewiring this. Alright, you reach up, inhale. Holding at the top of your breath. Exhale, release. Slowly. Slow exhale. Great job. Coming into a seat. Take your time. Don't collapse onto the foot. You're going to take your thumbs into Adi Mudra. Take some water. Take a couple seconds. It's okay. You're still in your practice. It reminds me of a time. I guess I could talk about it because they don't teach yoga anymore. But I had this teacher once, Leonis, and we weren't allowed to drink water in class because it would put out your internal fire. I'm like, I didn't even do it. I just was kind of doing it, and I'm like, well. Anyway, she doesn't teach yoga anymore. Don't worry, guys. It'll all make sense later, I promise. Take Adi Mudra. Your thumbs are going to come into your palms, and you're going to wrap your fingers around them. So they say this is the first mudra that you do as a baby. So it brings you back to that primal power, that divine mother, that inner child space, but it also kind of crushes your moon mounds, the fire element, and the ego a little bit. So you're going to kind of bring your fist up to your armpit area, and you're going to kind of hunch the shoulders forward and begin circling the elbows, like you're rowing a boat. Let me get my timer, even though I fly anyway. And just start to row the boat. Again, really get into those edges of the side body with the elbow as you're moving it here. Great job. You can bring your inner focus to your third eye center. Keep breathing, keep going. Over halfway there. The longer your exhale, the faster your heart rate will slow down. So just come back to that breath, and that exhale, remember, is that that death before the rebirth of the inhale, that releasing that, it's like a force or a happening without your control kind of surrender to whatever it is that you're doing. Great job. All right, coming up to a nice seated position. We're going to come onto our backs for stretch pose. CJ, could you put your camera down a little bit for me? Gracias. Okay. Stretch pose. You're going to come onto your backs. Your heads are going to face each other, actually. I know, I'm making it confusing. I have these weird cosmic rules that are extra. You're going to lift the feet 6 inches. The palms will face in to the sides of the thighs. And you're going to lift your neck to stare at your big toes and begin a powerful breath of fire if it's in your practice. So you come all the way onto your back, lift the toes up, and stretch as if you're stretching in all 6 directions. All right, inhale here, pull up on the breath, pause. Exhale, come onto your back, release. You got it? That was just an example of what we're going to do for a minute. So if your back hurt, you don't want that to happen. You can lie on your hands, or you can just stretch on the mat and breathe powerfully from your navel and soften your heart. So let's come up into it. Lift the feet 6 inches, lift the gaze to the big toes, begin your powerful breath of fire. Nice job. As if someone's stretching you in all 6 directions, north, south, east, west, up, and down. Like stretching you like Chinese torture, expanding and liberating your consciousness. Modify as you need to. Feel your height, your power. This is going to strengthen the 72,000 nadis in your body. Feeling your nervous system activate. 15 more seconds, you got this. Final stretch. You're going on a little journey. Inhale, pull up from the navel, stretch, 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 stretch. And exhale, release, bring the knees into your chest. And let's just rock our full length of our spine a few rounds here. Just keep rocking from the top of the head down to the bottom of the base of the tailbone. Keep your knees hugged into your chest. Like, think of it as a massage for yourself. Right? Let it be joyful, let it be easy. Because we ain't done yet. Alright. Now come onto your back, hug your knees into your... Actually, go up to a nice seated position. So rock yourself. And you can take easy pose here, or if you can take lotus, take it. If not, it's not your practice, it's totally fine. But from easy pose, you're going to rock on your back, like so. So just hug your knees into your chest, come up to the seat, the spine straight when you sit up, and rock back. And notice the differences of how this feels. Increasing digestion, firing up your metabolism. Hugging in. It's weird, I know. Breathe into the spaces that are requiring breath. If your mind's wandering, like, what did I sign myself up for? Oh my God, I didn't pay that one bill. Bring it back to the breath. I have let the dog out. I have a flight to catch. Nothing is going on except this. Satnam. Oh. Way over halfway there, so keep it going. It's like a massage. Maybe you just want to do regular rocking rolls, you know, whatever's in your practice. 15 more seconds. Great job. We'll come up to a nice seated position. And we can face inward if you're not already. And we'll come onto our tabletop position once more, like we've been doing. Okay? And I want you to kind of tune into your little strength here and tuck your toes under so they're kind of like you're ready to like leap at something, and kind of lift the knees and kind of sway from side to side, maybe forward and back. Right? Like you're about to leap like some sort of animal. And regulate your heart rate. Maybe do some cat-cows, maybe sway back into a downward dog, maybe go into a child's pose. Let's just move our spine a little bit and flush out this energy. Okay. We're going to incorporate some free movement. So begin to stare at that line that runs between your thumb knuckles, this imaginary line, and begin to walk your feet to that point. And you can soften the knees, sway the hips from side to side, doing some ragdoll, grabbing the elbows, maybe bringing the arms up like an airplane. And you'll slowly come up into a nice, each vertebrae at a time, slowly rising up into a standing position. And you can sway the hands from side to side. You can tap at the top of your shoulder, let it back. You can sway, letting one leg come up. Maybe you throw the arms up and throw them down. If you don't know what I'm getting at, I'm telling you to move your body like however you want. Just taking it slow. And start to pick up the pace. So if you're not rolling the wrists, roll the ankles, maybe the neck or the shoulders. Maybe you're shrugging the shoulders, maybe you're shaking. The goal here is to shake energy before we do pranayama. So you have your mat. Be conscious of who's around you, but utilize the space around you. If I followed the rules, you'd be listening to some Indian version of Lahi Guru Satnam, so just enjoy the song selection. Satnam, keep moving. Move your legs. We're going to do pranayama. You want to shake any residual energy in your body. So no one's watching you except for me. And I can move weird, so I'm not judging. Jumping around. You're halfway there, kind of. Shake every part of your body. The physical practice is almost over. Move energy with your hands. Envision the uncoiling of energy up the spine. Connect with the elements around you. There's lots of moisture, so there is water. The heat is inside of you with that Agni, that internal flame. There's wind, vayus, and prana moving with your breath. And the earth is beneath you. And your electromagnetic field is the same resonance of that earth. So connect with the earth element. And spirits of the earth. 1 more minute of just shaking. Jump, move. I promise it will make sense when we do the pranayama. This is Kundalini yoga, folks. All right, find your power in your stance. Reach the arms up. Exhale, slowly come down. Bring the arms down, bring the seat bones down. Take your time. Come into a lying down position on your back. 2 more final parts before we do breath work. You're going to lie flat. You're going to hug a knee into your chest. You can keep the neck down, everything down. This is an exhale. The inhale happens naturally as the opposite leg comes up. Really stretch, stretch, stretch. If you want to lift the neck, you may. Up to you. But the goal here is the bicycling of the legs. 30 more seconds. You got this. We're almost ready to zoot off into the Maya abyss of everythingness. Satnam. Satnam. The next part, you may hit your neighbors, so you're going to want to stagger yourself. Inhale, bring the knees to the chest, hug them in. Exhale, coming down. The arms go wide. Okay, so this is the part where you might hit your neighbor. The idea is maybe one of you faces in, one of you... There you go. Beautiful. You're going to exhale, the palms will come to touch like you're clapping while you're lying down. Exhale, and inhale, open up. Like you're a... I don't know how to describe this movement. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Don't make a sound, but make it happen. Lock the elbows. Just 1 minute of this, and then we breathe. So you can inhale, sat, nam, sat, sat, sat. Removing body blocks. You're doing energy work. This practice is so beautiful because you're tuning into that part of yourself that not only heals yourself, but it starts to bless the world. $15 more seconds. Smile. This stretches the heart space, the muscles around the heart. Call in that radiance and love. Great job. Inhale, open the palms, open the chest, open the heart, breathe into this space. Catch a pause. Exhale, come out of it, release. Taking about 5 rounds of breath. We'll meet up in a seated position, facing inward. Take your time. Take as much time as you need. You're moving and unlocking a lot of interesting energy. So take as much time as you need to explore that. So, get a drink of water if you need to. Or coffee. Okay. So this pranayama series is meant to reduce stress and alleviate symptoms of anxiety. It's very common. You might feel a little lightheaded or things like this. Just keep breathing It's not hyperventilation. It is technically equal parts breath. It's only 7 minutes, and the mind likes to wander, and I'll be sure to remind you to come right back into the breath. But you're going to fold your thumbs in to your palms, right? Kind of like how we did earlier. But instead of clasping over the thumbs, we come into this nice, gentle heart space mudra, right? And you're going to feel the moon mounds kind of touching. And as we're here, you don't have to do it yet, but the breath is 8 inhalations through the nostrils, and then about 8 seconds of a breath out of an O-shaped mouth. So I'll demonstrate. So we can begin into this breath. Okay. Actually, just take a couple breaths here, long, steady breathing. Let's just regulate our nervous systems here. And again, our mind is like a monkey mind in this this practice, but just come back to the breath. That's all you have to do for the time being, and then you get to relax to the beautiful sounds of the gong. But this is the juice. This is where the magic happens, because you're tuning into this life force energy around you. So don't be so absorbently loud, right? You're just doing light sniffles, taking in 8 inhalations, and then you exhale out of the mouth, right? You can maybe go to the tune of the music. It's like I intentionally liked it. So your own pace. 8 in, exhale out of the mouth with O-shaped lips. Eyes closed, inner focus, third eye center. Actually, take the drishti to the tip of the nose here. You can open the eyes like 1/10 of the way and look at your nostrils. Continue breathing, come back to your breath. Again, before looking between the brows, I'm going to take the drishti to the tips of the nose, noticing how that alters your perception. Every time you inhale, the navel expands, the belly expands as you take in breath, and when you exhale, you release all of the air inside of you, not some of it, all of it. Empty out completely, and then fill out. If you want the technology of Kundalini Yoga to work, you have to take in the breath completely.
Vuela, vuela, palo santo. Vuela, vuela, pajarito.
Keep coming back to the breath. Mind is wandering. Sa, ta, na, ma, sa, ta.
Vuela, vuela, pajarito. Demostrando los caminos.
You're going to get to a point where you're like, oh, I don't think I can continue on. But once you get over this hump,
of illusion that you can't do it, there's this little inkling of bliss that starts to arise. This practice works, that's why people show up, right? And when you get to experience that, it's the gift of the technology. You deserve to be this most empowered version of yourself, this most vibrant version of yourself. Sitting nice and tall, check your posture, breathing. We're all at different paces, and that's okay. Relax your shoulders, keep going, soften your jaw. You're going to be unleashing some stagnant emotions or energy, right? Treat them all equally. The final stretch, keep going. Enjoy the blissfulness of the pranayama. It's an instrumental. This was suggested by my good friend Fabiola. So thank her for this. Continue breathing. Don't stop. Keep the gaze at the tip of the nose. 1/10 the way open. Sit nice and tall. Find ease. You came to show up and do the work. So give yourself grace. You're moving energy in your body that contains the total essence of who you're supposed to be. So it's uncomfortable, you know? One more minute. You got this. Soften the jaw, keep breathing. There's something on the other side of the discomfort. One last round for yourself. Continue regular breathing. Sitting here in your resonance, you can rest the palms face up on the knees. Eyes come back to your third eye center. Finding your breath and your stillness here. Come onto your backs with your heads facing in towards the center of the room, or the gong, depending on where you're at, on Zoom or here or there. Cover yourself with a blanket. If you want me to cover you, place your hand on your heart and I will gladly do so. It's okay to be tucked in. Even if you're hot, it's still going to help you cool down and keep your spine warm. If you have low back pain, you can keep your feet on the mat and let your knees fall inward. Otherwise, just lie flat. And just give yourself the permission and the grace to dissolve into sound, into the essence of creation and oneness. If your mind wanders, inhale Sat, exhale Nam. Project from your your third eye center, like you're looking at something with your eyes closed that's out in this far distance, in the center of the universe. Bring some awareness back into our breath. Noticing how our breath feels now compared to how it felt in the beginning of practice. What perspective shift occurred from the moment you came to this space? You can begin to roll your wrist if you'd like. You can rub your hands, roll your hands and wrists. You can rub your hands and your feet together, like rub your palms together and rub your soles of your feet together. Create some friction. And then roll your spine a little bit back up to a nice seated position. Take your time. You'll face inward. Good job. And just going to massage our face a little bit here before we close out. Your scalp, your face, your ears. Give yourself a nice little massage. You can do tapping, whatever you want to do. And then you can begin to massage your chest, your shoulders, your armpits. Okay, you can roll your shoulders out here. Rolling them maybe opposite direction, alternately not shrugging, but rolling them. All right, and you can grab your ankles here, and you can just flex your spine a little bit. Awakening back into your body. Grabbing your knees and rocking back and forth. Keep the neck neutral, but just focus on the spine. Back to your ankles. Noticing the differences. And just stretch your arms all the way up, sitting up nice and tall. Take a nice collective deep breath in. Holding at the top, and when you're ready to scan your aura field for the final time, exhale, slowly scan this torus field. Eyes closed, inner focus, third eye center. Beautiful. Begin rubbing your palms together rigorously. To close our practice, we'll chant a nice long sat and a nice short nam 3 times to prolong the truth with a nice long sat and a short nam to anchor it within. Let's inhale for a collective breath first, pressing your palms together at the heart space. Inhale. Exhale, release. Inhale to chant. Last round all together. Bow your forehead to your fingertips. and receive the blessing. May the long-time sun shine upon you, may all love surround you, and may the pure light within you guide your way on. Make peace with your practice, for yourselves, for one another, for our virtual friends, for humanity, for our tribes in all different parts of the world. And this practice and your teachers. Thank yourself and have gratitude. Take your time. Together. Thank you, Catherine, for demoing on the online thing. Let me just you all can. There you go. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Thomas.
Thank you.
Salam. Thank you.